Hello, we're St. FX students in the class of Organizational Behavior. My name is Paul McClellan,
I'm Ryan Fuller.
I'm Heather Ann Burrell.
And I'm Mackenzie Sly.
and today we're going to talk to you about stress.
Stress is a psychological response to demands in one's environment that requires the individual to exceed their capacity or resources in order to cope with these demands.
The transactional theory of stress suggests that individuals perceive, appraise, and respond to these various types of stressors differently.
The manner in which employees respond to stress in the workplace is dependent on many different variables, including personality, gender, and social support.
We are going to outline the four main types of stressors, which are work hindrances, work challenges, non-work hindrances, and non-work challenges.
Work hindrance stress is perceived as hindering progress towards personal accomplishments. There can be a role conflict when there's conflicting expectations that people have on us, and there can also be a lack of information about the task that has to be done. And there can also be role overload, and when the roles for people are too much for them to be performed effectively.
What? Oh, we have to get in that today? Dang it. Okay, just hang on. Wait a minute. Alright, yes, I'm coming. Hang on, just 1 minute. I need you to do a 20-page paper by tonight, okay? I count on you.
What topic?
Work challenge stressors are stressful demands perceived as opportunities for learning, growth, and achievement. Oftentimes, employees are given very little time to complete a task, which is time pressure. And oftentimes, the requirements of work are simply beyond the capabilities of a person. Complete this by tomorrow. Non-work hindrance stressors are events outside of the job that can cause stress at work. Demands at work can be so much that it affects the person's ability to fulfill their family role. And also there can be negative life events such as divorce that affect the person, how they perform at work.
Knowing, Heather, you never do anything right. You can't take care of the kids. I want a divorce. I have to go to work. Ugh.
Non-work stressors can be when someone may have a lot of other activities they have to take part in outside of work, such as education activities, and also they can have a lot of family demands, such as taking their kids to practices, and they just may have very little downtime, and that can cause them to be stressed.
What is this? What does this mean? Hey, boss. What? No, I can't. I have a midterm in 2 hours. I'm sorry. As you may know, personality and stress relationship is an interesting one. As you may recall, personality is an internal structure within a person that helps define the arrangement of his or her emotions, thoughts, and behavior. There are two different types of personalities. One is type A, which is a person who multitasks, is impatient, and moves rapidly.
My essays due at 6, so I'm pretty rushed.
The second type of personality is type B, which describes a person who does not have a sense of time urgency and can relax without guilt. Not studying today, Mackenzie?
Not really too worried, to be honest. I mean, it's a later problem. I'll worry about that later, honestly.
As well, there's 5 types of dimensions of personality, which is conscientiousness, agreeableness, neuroticism, extroversion, and openness to experience. Now that you have a little basis of personality, how does it help us understand more about stress? Well, we can see the effects of personality on stress by examining stress-producing mechanisms. One of these stress-producing mechanisms is illusionary goals, which is when you set goals unrealistically high. An example is you study for an exam the night before and think you're going to get 100.
I've got 2 hours for this exam. I'm going to get 100%.
Another mechanism is risk behavior. People who have low conscientiousness tend to show off these kinds of behaviors, like drinking and smoking. The last mechanism is conflict behavior and social interaction. People who have this type of personality acknowledge harmless behavior from an ordinary individual as offensive and react with aggressive behavior.
Hey, Mackenzie, you want to go grab a salad?
A salad? Are you saying that I'm fat? I can eat whatever I want. I can eat cookies, a pizza. Jeez, Heather!
The level of stress that employees endure may be due to their gender. It's important to note that the differences between men and women do not necessarily hold true for all individuals, rather these are generalizations. Sex role hypothesis states that women may have higher rates of stress because they take on a more demanding role as a parent and try to be good employees as well. However, men are seen to have a complex relationship between work and personal life as well, as they face the societal pressure of being a key financial provider while wanting to be a present fatherly figure.
So tell me, what have you been feeling stressed about?
For me, it's just having to cook and clean and take care of the kids and trying to balance work life.
Mine's just trying to do the finances at the bank, just teaching my boy how to play basketball.
A study conducted by Karkilian and colleagues found that women with an internal loci of control had a stronger relationship between perceived stress of when work life interfered with personal life as opposed to when personal life interfered with work. On the contrary, men with an internal loci of control were found to have a higher perceived stress when personal life interfered with work as opposed to when work life interfered with personal life. This can be attributed to managers giving less leniency to men as when they must leave work due to familial obligations, which in turn creates a higher perceived stress when personal life interferes with work.
Hey, boss. My kid has a football game around 3:30. Wondering if I can get out of here.
Nope, sorry. Too bad.
Okay.
No, I actually have to leave work early today to pick up my kids. Do you mind if I just take off a bit
Oh,
early?
don't worry, that's fine.
Okay, thanks
Yeah.
so much.
No worries.
No stress.
Lastly, coping styles between men and women tend to differ, as men tend to use problem-solving techniques to deal with stress, whereas women generally use emotion-based techniques to deal with stress. These differences are expected to decrease over time as gender norms diminish.
The third coping mechanism against stress is social support. Social support is defined as the mechanisms by which interpersonal relationships presumably buffer one against a stressful environment. The buffering hypothesis argues that stress will have harmful effects on those with no social support and will cause less injury to those with a strong support system. The mechanisms that are responsible for the preventative effect of social support can be separated into three sections. The first is tangible support, which is non-psychological, and it involves material aid such as money and care. If the recipient perceives tangible support as inappropriate, it could be due to a threatening feeling of loss of freedom or inadequacy, which could actually lead to more stress rather than act as a moderator.
Hey, Kenzie.
Hey.
I'm having a little bit of money trouble. Wondering if you can.
Yeah, I can definitely help you out with that. Here, hold on. Will this be okay for now?
Oh, yes, for sure. I'll pay you back in the next couple days.
Okay, that's fine. See ya. The second mechanism is appraisal support, which refers to appraising a stressor as either harmful or harmless. A stress reaction will occur if a stressor is determined to be harmful and there is no available coping mechanism. Social support offers encouragement that one's coping abilities and strength make them capable of responding to a situation.
I'm really stressed. I have so many exams coming up, and they're gonna be so hard.
Don't worry, Ryan. You've done this time and time again. You know how to study for an exam, and you're gonna do great.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
I hope I do good.
yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Lastly, there is emotional support, which involves self-esteem and feelings of belonging. Through praise or positive social comparison, social support can increase one's self-esteem. Feelings of solidarity, which elevate the mood, are associated with feelings of belonging. Well-established relationships and positive moods are linked to less stress and depression.
This is funny, man. Wow.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Hey, man.
Hey, do you want to come over and look at this?
I'd love to. I belong.
Stress may be sourced from demands originating in the workplace or personal life. The manner in which an individual assesses, appraises, and copes stress is due to a variety of factors.
Intrinsically, how people respond to mechanisms of stress or tendencies to experience stress all depend upon their personality type.
Gender may determine the types of stressful situations experienced by employees and which coping mechanisms they use most frequently to deal with those stresses.
Furthermore, the level and type of social support that surrounds employees can determine how they're able to assess and deal with stressful situations.
It is crucial that managers keep these factors in mind in order to ensure that the stress levels of their employees do not rise too high and to promote a workplace of health and well-being.
Thank you.